Welcome to The Explainer. Okay, I want you to forget everything you thought you knew about AI. Today, we're diving into the new rules of the game for 2026, a world where bigger is definitely not better, and the power is shifting from just a few tech giants to a whole new generation of creators.
So, let's just kick things off with a bombshell statement that's turning the entire AI world on its head. For years, right, the whole game was bigger is better. Just build a bigger model. But that race? It's over. Done.
So, what happened? Why the sudden stop? Well, in 2025, the AI industry basically hit a wall. A data wall. We'd fed these giant models literally everything we could find on the high-quality internet, and the well just ran dry. The old strategy of just add more data? Yeah, that was dead in the water.
And when that happens, you have to completely change your strategy. We're moving from a world of AI Goliaths, these massive trillion-parameter models, to a new era of AI Davids. Smaller, smarter models that are absolute experts in their own niche. And here's where it gets really exciting. It is not just the big tech companies winning this new race anymore, not by a long shot. Open source models are in the mix, and they're not just competing. In many cases, they're winning. This is huge, because it means anyone with a good idea can now build and deploy incredibly powerful AI. Not just the folks with the deepest pockets.
So, this massive shift from size to skill, it's unlocking completely new capabilities. And next up is one of the biggest, Agentic AI. Think of it like this. It's the difference between a helpful assistant who can answer a question and a skilled project manager who can run the whole project. Instead of just giving you information, these new AIs can take a complex goal and see it through from start to finish, all on their own.
So what's the secret sauce here? How do you make that leap from a passive assistant to an active, autonomous agent? Well, it all comes down to three critical breakthroughs that are finally giving AI the ability to really operate in the real world.
Okay, let's break down these three game changers. First, these new AIs actually have a memory, so they learn from past interactions and get smarter over time. Second, they can self-correct. They have these internal feedback loops, so they don't need a human holding their hand every step of the way. And third, and this is wild, they can team up, creating this sort of hive mind of specialized AI agents that can work together to tackle incredibly complex problems.
All right, so now we've seen how the AI software is getting smarter. But what about the hardware that's making it all possible? Well, we're moving beyond the age of the GPU into a whole new era of specialized chips designed specifically for AI.
We're seeing this massive explosion of new chip designs, and each one is tailored for a very specific AI task. What this really means is that we're no longer limited to the data center. Powerful AI is now coming to a device near you, your phone, your car, making real-time AI a genuine reality.
But of course, with all this new power comes a new set of challenges. As AI gets woven into the fabric of our lives, the question of who controls the data, well, it's becoming more important than ever.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. This isn't some theoretical concern. Look at this. A whopping 93% of executives now say that AI sovereignty is a top priority. They're worried about everything from data breaches to competitors stealing their intellectual property. And finally, our third big shift circles right back to something we talked about earlier, the rise of open source. Like we said, it is no longer just the big tech companies driving the AI revolution. The open source community is now a major player, and they're setting the standards for a new era of collaboration.
Now, these shifts are all foundational, but this one is a true game changer. AI is turning natural language, just plain English, into the new code. You no longer have to be a programmer to build amazing things. All you need is a good idea and the ability to articulate it clearly. And the results of this are going to be absolutely incredible. We're on the verge of a tenfold increase in the number of people who can build and create applications. Just try to imagine the wave of innovation that's about to be unleashed. It's staggering.
But as the saying goes, with all this new power comes a new responsibility. As AI starts making critical decisions in fields like medicine and finance, we have to be able to trust that it's making the right choices. And that means we need to be able to understand how it's making those choices. This is the new challenge, the trust reckoning. So, let's just recap. The AI of 2026 is all about brains over brawn. The winners of this new race won't be the ones with the biggest, most expensive models. They'll be the ones who can cleverly use these new, smarter, specialized AIs to solve real-world problems. And that brings us to the end of our journey into the very near future of AI. The power to create is now, quite literally, in your hands. So the only question left is, what will you build?